Carbohydrates. Carbohydrates occur abundantly in living organisms. They are found in all organisms and in almost all parts of the cell. Sources: cellulose of wood, cotton and paper, starches present in cereals, root tubers, cane sugar and milk sugar are all examples of carbohydrates. Carbohydrates play both structural and functional roles. Simple carbohydrates are the main source of energy in cells. Some carbohydrates are the main constituents of cell walls in plants and microorganisms. Old definition. The word carbohydrate literally means hydrated carbons. They are composed of carbon, hydrogen and oxygen, and the ratio of hydrogen and oxygen is the same as in water. Their general formula is CXH to OY, where X is the whole number from 3 to many thousands, whereas Y may be the same or different whole number. Modern definition. Chemically, carbohydrates are defined as polyhydroxyaldehydes or ketones, are complex substances which on hydrolysis yield polyhydroxyaldehyde or ketone subunits. The sources of carbohydrates are green plants. These are the primary products of photosynthesis. Other compounds of plants are produced from carbohydrates by various chemical changes. Carbohydrates in cell combine with proteins and lipids, and the resultant compounds are called glycoproteins and glycolipids, respectively. Glycoproteins and glycolipids have structural role in the extracellular matrix of animals and bacterial cell wall. Both these conjugated molecules are components of biological membranes. Classification of carbohydrates. Carbohydrates are also called saccharides, and are classified into three groups: monosaccharides, oligosaccharides, and polysaccharides. Monosaccharides. These are simple sugars. They are sweet in taste, are easily soluble in water, and cannot be hydrolyzed into simpler sugars. Chemically, they are either polyhydroxyaldehydes or ketones. Types. All carbon atoms in a monosaccharide except one have a hydroxyl group. The remaining carbon atom is either a part of an aldehyde group or a keto group. Aldo sugar. The sugar with aldehyde group is called aldo sugar. Keto sugar. The sugar with the keto group is keto sugar. These are indicated in the case of two trios as sketched below. In nature, monosaccharides with 3 to 7 carbon atoms are found. They are called trioses, tetroses, pentoses, hexoses, and heptoses. They have general formula CH to ON, where N is the whole number from 3 to 7 thousands. Two trios as mentioned above are intermediates in respiration and photosynthesis. Tetroses are rare in nature and occur in some bacteria. Pentoses and hexoses are most common. From the biological point of view, the most important hexose is glucose. It is an aldose sugar. Structure of ribose and glucose is given below. Most of the monosaccharides form a ring structure when in solution. For example, ribose will form a 5-cornered ring known as ribofuranos, whereas glucose will form 6-cornered ring known as glucopyranose. In free state, glucose is present in all fruits, being abundant in grapes, figs, and dates. Our blood normally contains 0.08% glucose. In combined form, it is found in many disaccharides and polysaccharides. Starch, cellulose and glycogen yield glucose on complete hydrolysis. Glucose is naturally produced in green plants which take carbon dioxide from the air and water from the soil to synthesize glucose. As indicated in the equation, energy is consumed in this process, which is provided by sunlight. This is why the process is called photosynthesis. It is noteworthy that for the synthesis of 10 grams of glucose, 717.6 kilocalories of solar energy is used. This energy is stored in the glucose molecules as chemical energy, and becomes available in all organisms when it is oxidized in the body. Oligosaccharides. These are comparatively less sweet in taste, and less soluble in water. On hydrolysis, oligosaccharides yield from 2 to 10 monosaccharides. The ones yielding 2 monosaccharides are known as disaccharides, those yielding 3 are known as trisaccharide, and so on. The covalent bond between two monosaccharides is called Glycosidic Bond. Physiologically important disaccharides are maltose, sucrose, and lactose. Most familiar disaccharide is sucrose, which on hydrolysis yields glucose and fructose, both of which are reducing sugars. Its molecular formula is C12H22O11. Its structural formula is given in Fig. Polysaccharides. Polysaccharides are the most complex and the most abundant carbohydrates in nature. They are usually branched and tasteless. They are formed by several monosaccharide units linked by glycosidic bonds. Polysaccharides have high molecular weights and are only sparingly soluble in water. Some biologically important polysaccharides are starch, glycogen, cellulose, dextrins, agar, pectin, and chitin. Starch. It is found in fruits, grains, seeds, and tubers. It is the main source of carbohydrates for animals. On hydrolysis, it yields glucose molecules. Starches are of two types, amylose and amylopectin. Amylose starches have unbranched chains of glucose and are soluble in hot water. Amylopectin starches have branched chains and are insoluble in hot or cold water. Starches give blue color with iodine. Glycogen. It is also called animal starch. It is the chief form of carbohydrate stored in animal body. It is found abundantly in liver and muscles, though found in all animal cells. It is insoluble in water, and gives red color with iodine. It also yields glucose on hydrolysis. Cellulose. It is the most abundant carbohydrate in nature. Cotton is the pure form of cellulose. It is the main constituent of cell walls of plants and is highly insoluble in water. On hydrolysis, it also yields glucose molecules. It is not digested in the human digestive tract. In the herbivores, it is digested because of microorganisms in their digestive tract. These microorganisms secrete an enzyme called cellulase for its digestion. Cellulose gives no color with iodine.